Okay. There we go. I think. Hold on. Am I on the right microphone? Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. That was some nice Johann Sebastian Bach, of course, a famous composer. We have some Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart coming up after this, so pay attention. That'll be my one career after YouTube. After YouTube's over, I'm either going to be a late night talk show host or I'm going to be like a very soft voice radio announcer. There is a every now and then when I turn on my car before it connects to my Bluetooth, it'll have the radio playing on whatever random station because I don't listen to the radio. I'm 30. But every once in a while when I start my car, the signal will be from this classical music station in Pittsburgh, and I don't always get it. But whenever I do, I actually kind of listen to it for a little while. There's this nice, and it's a very pleasant voice. Be like, there's a Coleridge Taylor coming up after this display. Coleridge, of course, with his parents, grew up in Sierra Leone, and he was a famous composer during the late 19th century. And I'm just like, wow, okay. Coleridge Taylor, that's actually a real dude. Look him up, Cool guy. Let's see. I listened to it on Chicago called WBDZ. Yeah, there you go. So I could just be one of those guys. I could just get into radio. Radio's going to make a comeback. You wait for it. Radio's going to make a comeback. It's all going to go full circle, right? It's going to be like, okay, we started with radio and then television. TV killed the radio star, and then the internet massacred the television star. And now we have all, streaming services and social media. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where everybody's just like, okay, fuck, enough. Let's just go back to radio, and it's going to circle right back around, and we're just going to be back to, welcome back to WBDZ. Today, we're going to be talking about, there it is. Radio is still a thing. Yeah, but nobody listens to it. Wait, it's gonna come back. It's gonna be a major thing back in the 1930s when everybody was listening to radio because that's all there was. It's gonna go back to that. It's gonna be radio's gonna be 90% of people are gonna be listening to radio again. It's gonna happen. Wait for it. Record players are making a huge comeback. Yeah, I have a record player. I have one. Okay, so you don't listen to it. All right, raise your hand if you regularly listen to radio. I don't. Hey, bro, love your video. I do, too. My grandparents still listen to radio sometimes. Yeah, well, that's not you. That's your grandparents. I don't. You got me there. I do. Nah, nope, have. Yeah, see? Okay, and when I say listen to radio, I don't mean just yeah, I think I listened to 10 seconds of the radio last week. No, I mean you regularly sit down every day and you're like, I'm listening to the radio today. Maybe if you work, maybe if you have a job, maybe if you're a construction crew or something, you're going to listen to the radio or something like that. Maybe for something like that, But I would imagine most people don't. Yet, though. You give it another 50 years, it's all going to circle back, I do every morning in your car. There you go. See, sure, yeah. Podcast replaced the radio, see? Podcasts killed the radio star, yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so I'm getting a mix of yeah, no, and I would say more people said no than yes. Anyway, hello everybody today. Today's stream, we have a lot of stuff to cover. I didn't really know how to title it. If it was going to be a chapter discussion stream or a fan mail stream or just a random discussion stream. So I decided just to throw it. I was literally just going to make the thumbnail of this video a bagel and just call it the everything stream because everything bagel. But that might have been a little bit too esoteric, so I decided not to. Anywho, I don't even know where to begin this, really. Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh's on break this week, Progression, just because Briggs is on vacation right now in an undisclosed location. I know where he's at, but I don't know if he let everybody know where he's vacationing at, so I probably shouldn't say that. Briggs is vacationing in a secret bunker located 17 miles below the Earth's surface in the middle of the Pacific Ocean right now. Briggs knows some stuff's going on, so he just hey guys, I'm gonna stay in a bunker for the next couple of weeks later, and he's like, oh, should we be worried? Just yeah. Yeah. Dox your friend now. Well, somebody already said where he is, so I don't think it was that secretive. I think he said it on OPD&D straight up that he's in. Okay, well, here's the thing with that. We will go on to Discord before we begin the episode, and we'll be chatting in there for a little while before we go live. So sometimes I don't remember. It's like, did we have that conversation with Briggs being in Cuba? Did we have that conversation before we were live, and that was meant to just be between all of us, like privately, or was that on air where everybody could hear it? I don't always remember that, because it's like, if that's the regard, like, wait a second. You know, I don't want to throw it out, but yeah, he's in Cuba. He's in Cuba right now. Okay, what else? Oh, you know what? Let's tackle this first. And okay, so the situation last time, I had some people in here that were like, we want to gift memberships because YouTube does that now, and they were unable to gift memberships. I think I got the situation fixed. I contacted my YouTube guy. I don't know if it is or not, though. It's one of those things where it's just like, we'll see if it works or not. But if you can gift memberships and you want to gift a membership, you should be able to now. See, that's the thing. Like, hold on, let me pull that up really quick, because that was a thing that we were working on this week. Because I think the issue was you can't gift memberships if you have a branded account, and I had a branded account. So I tried to move it from a branded account to the other thing, and I'm not really sure if it worked out. But yesterday, the guy messaged me, and he's like, yeah, it looks like everything's good on your end. But he also said something else, though. Hold on, let me read this. Okay, it looks like you properly switched to permissions, so gifting should be available on your live stream and premieres. It is also important for viewers to make sure they opt into gifting. So I guess you have to opt in as well? What does that mean? Oh, God. Yeah, this is the same thing yeah. So, I don't know. Man. I don't get it. Hey, Matt, huge fan. Is there a way you would make a Wish Devil Fruit, Dragon Fruit model Shenron? That'd be cool. I mean, kind of broken, but, you know, that'd be cool. Tekking, what should I make for breakfast? I don't know. I didn't have anything for breakfast today, so yeah. You still didn't fix that issue, or is it another one? I mean, I don't know if it's fixed. You have to let me know if it was fixed or not. That's the way it goes. If it isn't fixed, because I can't, some of this stuff I literally can't mess with. Some of this stuff is like more of like other ads on YouTube and shit, you know what I mean? Like, I have to, like, oh, I can't do this. I need to contact somebody else that can do it. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to choose to be able to gifted memberships. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal, but that's that. Maybe I should do fan mail first, because I do have this big stack of fan mail over here that, not a huge stack, but it's been over here for a little while. I'm kind of in the middle of spring cleaning at the moment. Oh, yeah, and I also got these. I was at Barnes this morning. I got a new My Hero Academia chapter volume, which was good. But I also found this. This is a new series by Hiromu Arakawa, who is the mangaka for Full Metal Alchemist. And I saw that she did a new series, so I picked this up. I haven't read it yet. I just kind of like breezed through it really quick and just kind of read the back. But it looks really interesting, so I'm going to check that out. And I'm still reading Berserk. So I just picked up Deluxe Volume 11 today, so I'm getting close to the end. I'm about a month into this at this point. Yeah. How would you feel if you did have breakfast? Probably the same, because I usually have breakfast most days. It's just today I didn't. So probably would feel pretty much the same. I feel pretty okay right now. I had lunch, so yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Being stationed in Hawaii, I use apps to tune into the radio stations back home, like Orlando, The Hog, Daytona Beach. That's really cool. A lot of happy birthday messages from the last stream I did. Yeah. Has Berserk made you cry? I can't remember the last time I physically cried when reading a manga, but there's been so many moments of Berserk where I am just left flabbergasted. Like, I don't really know how to put it into words. You know, there are so many, like, I can't count how many times in Berserk that this is my reaction. oh shit, are they going there? Oh my god, they're going there. What the fuck? What the shit? Oh my god, they're actually doing that. What the hell? And then I skip like 10 pages because I'm just want to get past that scene. And that's happened probably like 12 times by now. Like, it's, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yep, that's Berserk for you. Like, oh my god. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh. Ugh. Oh. I just got past the little troll arc. I'm in the Falconia arc right now. I just got, where did I leave off? I left off, oh, what was it? It was at the end of volume 10. It was, they were right about to get on the boat to travel to the Elf Island. And the whole, oh, it was when the old general of Midland was talking to Guts. When they were running through the city trying to get out, and the general was like, "You're Guts." I mean, he actually didn't remember his name. He's just like, "You're the former captain of the Raiders of the Hawk," and Guts is like, "I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about, man," and he just walks away. That was the last chapter I read. Yeah, that was the last chapter I read. So it's like I'm like at volume 30. I think there's like only like 41 volumes. I think there's only like 3 more deluxe editions, and I'll be caught up. I have to read some chapters online that aren't in the deluxe edition yet, but I'll get to that. Oh, the Berserk armor was beast. The Berserk armor is beast, and also just an amazing way to convey Guts' internal struggle, like in the most like metaphorical, like realized way possible. Like literally Guts' struggle personified in a physical form was the armor that he literally clads himself in. That was brilliant. And it's also just looks cool as shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a clever play. God, they were still stuck on the boat when I read it. Okay, I am, because here's the thing, because like, I'm aware, I'll go back, it's like, oh, these chapters, like the chapters I'm reading right now were like, I think, published in like 2005, 2006, something like that. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's only like 10 more volumes left. And I'm on volume 30. I just finished volume 30. So there's like 9 volumes left. I think we're on volume 40, 41 right now that just came out. So it's like, this doesn't add up. This is like almost 20 years of difference. And there's only 10 volumes in 20 years. So I'm like, there's got to be a moment here where they're going to be stuck on that boat for a while. Like, shit. It's like Friday the 13th Part 8 all over again. They're just stuck on the boat half the freaking time. I am planning on doing a Berserk live stream, like after I'm caught up on everything, after I read all the deluxe editions, and then I read the newest chapters from online. After I'm completely caught up on everything, I'm probably just gonna do like a Berserk live stream where people can like talk about like, what did you think about this? I mean, like, yeah. So, why didn't the world government offer the warlord status to the Straw Hat? Probably because first of all, Luffy has the D, so they're not touching that. I mean, they're not like, it's like, no, he's a member of the D clan. There's like their worst enemy. They're never going to invite a member of the D clan to be a warlord. Now, you might question, what about Garp? Well, Garp, I feel, is an exception, just because he wanted to be a Marine, and there's not a lot of other, Jaguar D. Saul, but then again, you don't know how many times they actually reveal that to the Marines, and also, being a member of the Marines is very different from being a member of the Warlords, you know what I mean? I don't know, accepting a member of the D clan into the Warlords, now you might say Law was a Warlord, but he did not tell everybody he was a member of the D clan. He kept that a secret. Ace did as well, all right? Marshall D. Teach. Okay, no, yeah, you got a point there. Law and Teach. Yeah, Law kept it secret. Law definitely kept it secret. I don't know if Ace kept it as secret as he did. I don't think Ace kept it that secret. I don't think Marshall D. Teach kept it secret. Okay. No, then yeah, I guess that is a plot hole then. Maybe they just felt like they couldn't control Luffy, and they at least didn't know anything about Blackbeard. They didn't know Law was a D, and Blackbeard was a relative unknown, so they probably thought they could at least, like, they didn't know what they were getting, so they could, like, all right, we could control this guy. They really had no idea what he was capable of. But Luffy at this point had made it very clear that he was just going around the Grand Line and just stomping on the world government, like he burned down their flag and everything like that. So the Gorosei and the powers that be were probably just like, maybe because he also had the rubber fruit, he had the Gum no Mi, which is the Nika fruit, so maybe they were like, maybe we shouldn't mess with that, you know what I mean? I don't know. You need brain cells to be a warlord. I don't know. Weevil's a warlord, so I don't know, man. Weevil was a thing. Yeah. Was Buggy part of the warlords? Yeah, but he's not a D. I mean, if he was, I don't think that'd be that weird, but like, yeah. He also declared war on the world government. I think Luffy shot his chances of being a warlord. Like, not that Luffy would have ever accepted it, but I think Luffy pretty much shot his chances of being a warlord in the foot when he decided to burn down the government flag and raid Enies Lobby. I think that was the moment that they were like, yeah, we're not inviting this guy. Too young for the well. He was 17 when that was happening. Boa became a warlord at age 18, so I don't think it was an issue with that. I think it was a combination between his reckless nature and the fact that he did declare direct war on the government. Doflamingo blackmailed his way into the warlords. He was basically like, I know all the dirty secrets of Marijois and the Tenryubito, and I'm holding your, he basically captured a bunch of government ships that were taking the heavenly tribute to Marijois, and he's like, I know the government's secrets, make me a warlord, do what I say, or I'm going to release them to the world or whatever, and then they decided to make him one. So Doflamingo's circumstances were very different. I just did a whole video on the 7 warlords, or the 11 warlords. You can go check it out on my channel. It's actually getting a fair amount of views. All right, let's do fan mail. Let's do fan mail, because it's been a while. Okay. Not like a crazy amount, but, you know. Okay. It is cold down here. Hold on, let me turn on this heater. Heater! Dude, it is May right now, and it was snowing yesterday. It was snowing. I think it still is snowing where, like, my parents live. But, yeah, that's what you get for living in Pennsylvania. You think May is the time when it's warm and happy? Ha, 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 you fool. It's like 40 degrees outside right now, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, but give me a second. It is 7 degrees Celsius outside right now. It is 7 degrees Celsius. It's cold. It's windy. It's rainy. And there's snow in certain places right now. So, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep. Do you have channel membership on only content? No, not really. So that's what it means. Like, if you want to gift memberships, I'm just looking into it, but yeah. Okay, so let's open this one first. I already kind of opened this. This is from Janice, and she sent me a lot of really cool stuff. Janice sent me a bunch of stuff related to, like, One Piece D&D and Isekai D&D. She makes her own kind of plushies and stuff. This is cool. This is a Cody bear from Isekai D&D. So this is Schwabity's character. You know, Cody, he doesn't play a bear in that. Well, he can turn into a bear because he's a druid, but in Isekai D&D, Schwabity plays a druid named Cody, and he dresses like this because he's from the 80s, and he wears really cool stuff. And so Janice made this really nice Schwabity Cody. I'm trying to get it up there. It's like 80s workout bear right here, yeah. And I met her. We all met her, actually, at Anime Expo last year, and she was cosplaying as Cody, and it was really cool. And on top of that, just as I say I feel cold down here, we got a Schwabity hoodie. Yeah, I'm actually going to put that on because I actually am kind of cold down here right now. It's 500 degrees over here. Akainu is why. Akainu. Pretty sure that means a volcano is erupting in your area. You should probably... You should probably do that. Are you and the Elite Ace going to do another collab? Yeah, I wanted to do a collab with Ace when Bleach was back, but I just kind of it just didn't happen. I'm planning on, like, the first episode when we come back from break this July to have him on. I gotta message him and I gotta figure out like a time or whatever. They'll be closer to, I think, what is it, July 15th when the Bleach anime part 2 starts, 1,000 Year Blood War part 2. So whenever we start getting closer to that date, I'm gonna message him because I do want to have him on Bondcast. Yeah. Let's see. But the jacket, but the hoodie. I definitely prefer hoodies more than jackets, except for this jacket. Howdy! Oh, it's Rustage. Sorry, Rustage, I'm not wearing your merchandise. Rustage, do you have hoodies? You should have hoodies. Schwabity! I'm sorry, Rustage, but Mark kind of has you beat when it comes to the merchandise, okay? Mark is a bear. Like, what do you have? You should be an owl. I think you could be an owl. You should, okay, Rustage, hoodies, Rustage, get Kieru to draw you as an owl with the hair and the glasses as an owl. I think it would work really well. I think it would work. I'm giving you free merchandising ideas, Rustage. Yes, Schwabity's merch is incredible. You should go check it out at whatever merch store he uses. If Josh from the Volume 1 podcast ever reacted to you to join One Piece D&D, he talks to about, wait, blah, 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 blah. Wait, what is this? If Josh from Volume 1 podcast ever reached out to you to join One Piece D&D, he talks about wanting to play as well. Well, that's not up to me. That would be up to Rustage, because he's the one that actually does One Piece D&D. Now, if I ever ran a One Piece D&D, which would be a very different kind of One Piece D&D. I mean, in my One Piece D&D, people will die, okay? And they will die often, all right? In my One Piece D&D, we don't fuck around, okay? But, I don't know. Josh is a cool dude. Yeah. I don't know. That's not really my call, man. Cool to have him on. Good. Yeah, people will die. I'm not playing with this in Oda's One Piece D&D or Rustage's One Piece D&D. Let's see here. Tekking is the godfather of One Piece D&D. I don't know why you're... No, I'm not. I am not. Tekking said, I can and I will TPK. Damn straight. Every session's going to be a TPK. Every single session. You got to drop a new character every single session. New whole adventure every single time. And at the end of that session, let's say I throw the worst at you. Like I throw Whitebeard at your ass and you somehow manage to beat Whitebeard. Like Whitebeard crit fails every single thing he does and you manage to succeed every single time and you manage to beat Whitebeard. Be like, we did it. We didn't die. I'm like, yeah, no, meteor hits the earth and you all die. TPK. Start over. That's the way D&D was meant to be played right there. You got to put some steaks on it. Some delicious T-bone steaks. I do have I have a steak in the fridge. I'm going to make it for dinner. Are you going to play Persona 4 Golden? I have Persona 4 Golden for the PlayStation Vita. And I've played it for like maybe a couple hours and I never really got way into it. But I have a PS3 now, so I could connect my Vita to the PS3 or Can the Vita connect to the PS4? I think it can. Connect my Vita to the PS4 and then I can play it on the screen. Maybe I could do that, yeah. Smiles' chemistry turn, how to write down molecules. Also, there's a song called Psycho Killer that has fa 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 fa. A lot of people have mentioned that. I don't know if that's what Oda originally intended. I think that might be something he added later. So when Killer's name was decided, Oda literally came out and said when he was designing because the designs of the supernovas were kind of rushed. Like, he kind of just came up with them. It wasn't something that was planned at the beginning. He just kind of came up with it. So, there was like, oh, what are the names of their characters? Well, Edward Lowe is Law's name. There was a Captain Kidd, so there's that. Anne Bonny is Jewelry Bonny. So a lot of them are just the terms of, like actual pirates. Capone Beiji, obviously, is Al Capone, so the names of the supernovas are actually not all that unique. I think the most unique one is actually Aruge's. I think there's a pirate that was based on Hawkins and Apu, but I think Aruge's might be the most unique out of all of them. But anyway, he said, well, what's the basis for Killer's name? And, Oda just said, oh, I just thought it sounded cool, so I went with Killer. And a lot of people later were like, oh, no, Killer was named after the song Psycho Killer. And it is like, I think he added that later because we didn't know Killer's laughter style was the fa-fa-fa until later. So I think he just created Killer as just a basic template. Like, oh no, there's a cool dude that wears a mask that cuts people down. His name's Killer. There it is. And then later he's like, maybe I should add a little bit more character development to him. And then the fa thing. So I think the fa Killer, run away. I think that was all added later by him. Yes, the famous pirate Dracula. Yes, exactly. Dude, Pirate Dracula. Has anybody tried Pirate Dracula yet? The options are infinite. But anyway, thank you, Janice, for the nice warm Schwabity hoodie and the nice warm Schwabity bear. There you go. Okay. I think there's also a note probably. Yes, there is. She sent this, by the way, like a while ago. Oh, it's sealed with wax, and I did not open it. Yeah, this was sent to me a while ago, so I apologize. Valentine? Yeah, but Valentine was cool, but Valentine wasn't a pirate. He was a mercenary, okay? I want to see Pirate Dracula. I want to see Dracula dressed up like he did back in the 1930s movie, played by Bela Lugosi, but I want to see him with a pirate hat and an eye patch and a hook for a hand. And like, blar, yarg, and blah. I want to suck your yarg. You know, like, I want to see that. I want to see that shit. Vampire Pirates. All right, what do we got here? Hey, Tekking, I got the wrong order sent to multiple times from Fanfiber, so I ended up with 2 Schwabity hoodies. All right, you can never have too many Schwabity hoodies. Schwabity right now is like, yes, you can never have too many Schwabity hoodies. I thought you might like one. I sewed you a Cody plush to go along with it. Best wishes, Janice, kitten in a bowl. Oh, Janice. Janice! Ah, it's not Janice, it's Janice. That makes significantly more sense. I apologize for that. I sent you a smaller Cody plush. Every time, but by the way, every time somebody sends me a letter and you want me to get your name right, literally just spell it out phonetically. That is the best way that I will not fuck this up. But now that I'm actually looking at it, Janice, yeah, that does make a lot more sense. Hey, I'm the dude. You know what my biggest... Okay, in Dr. Stone, there's a character that shows up. She actually, or they, we actually don't know their gender. They may be non-binary, but they just showed up in the English version of season 3. There are a couple more episodes above in the Japanese, but it's the character Francois, who is Ryusui's butler, okay? And for the longest time, I used to pronounce their name as Francos. Because I understood Francois. I had heard the name Francois before. I did not know how it was pronounced or how it was written in French. So I see the name and I'm just like, Francos. And I called Francois Francos for the longest time. I mean, I say it in videos and everything. And someone finally told me, it's Francois. And I'm like, oh! All right, I've heard that before. That makes sense. So just send me the pronunciation. I sent you a smaller Cody plushie a while ago, but you kept calling it Aerobic Bear. Did you even figure out it was supposed to be Cody? Nah, I don't figure out a lot of things that I'm supposed to. The only thing I know how to talk about is One Piece and Bleach, and even with that, I'm not that great at it, but I try. Thank you, Janice. Janice. See, I had a friend when I went to university whose name was Janice, so I think that's why I just immediately jumped. I think it was spelled similar, too. Anyway, okay. That was Janice. Thank you, Janice. Now, here's the thing. We got a bunch of these again. This is a common trope from a lot of fan mail segments. I think... Oh, no. Okay. These are all from the same person. All right. So if you remember last time, not until my question is answered, dude. Well, River, what's your question? What's your skincare routine? You look good for 30. You know what? I can actually, you know what? I can actually say something about that because my skincare routine up until a year ago was, or up till maybe a little bit over a year ago was, I use soap on my face. That was my skincare routine, all right? Which isn't great. Don't do that. I mean, you can do it once in a while, but you shouldn't be doing that all the time, all right? So my skincare routine now, though, is I actually use this, like, I don't even know how to call it. It's not, like, it can be used as, like, a makeup remover, moisturizer. It's like in a push bottle, and it's like you wipe it all over your face, and then I have like a little scrubber thing, and I just use that like while I'm taking a shower. I just do that, okay, and I scrub my face with that, and it's a cleanser, and it's way better than just rubbing a towel covered in soap on your face. So I use that. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember the brand. The bottle is like a blue bottle with like a push thing on it. And you just use like a cleanser, and it's that. It's a deep cleansing thing. And it's really good. And sometimes I'll also get, there's another, it's like a gel. And it's a gel that has like little bits of sand mixed in with it to really like exfoliate. And I don't use that all the time, but sometimes like maybe like once or twice a week, I'll use that stuff and like put that on my face and really scrub it in to really clean out my pores and shit. And then sometimes, especially in the winter when it's very dry, I will take this moisturizing ointment or whatever, and I'll put it all over my face and then my hands when I go to bed, and then I'll wake up and my face will feel a little bit more hydrated because it gets very dry in the winter. So there you go. Could someone bring me up to speed on the topic of conversation? I'm talking about skincare routines, apparently. But yes, that's how it goes. All right. So the same person sent me these. And once again, we have to have a discussion with this. This person is not using the correct amount of postage, and they send me a lot of stuff, and I have to keep paying for the postage like every time. So and I don't know who this person is because I don't think they ever actually give me a name. So let's just open this. Wow, paper. So, and they send me just mermaid stuff. This is like a constant theme. So I just keep getting mermaid stuff from this person. And I don't know. I mean, mermaids are cool and all, but like, I didn't ask for the mermaid stuff. So we have a mermaid coloring book here. There's a mermaid. Yeah, that's a mermaid. Okay. And here's another mermaid. Okay, so we got a bunch of mermaid coloring books. Okay, cool. And then in this one, let me guess, it's going to be more mermaids. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got no, this one's a Jurassic Park coloring book. Nice. Yeah, okay, we got a Jurassic Park coloring book. That's really fun. That's actually really badass. I actually really like this. No joke. I actually like this. Cool. There's a Velociraptor. Yeah. Yeah, check that out. Oh, I actually have a friend. You know what? I have my friend Chris who loves Jurassic Park, and he just had his first son. So I think I'm just going to give that to him. I'm just going to give this to him because he loves Jurassic Park, and his son's nursery, they decorated it with dinosaur stuff. So there's like a little dinosaur light switch and like dinosaur paintings and stuff in there. So I think I'm just going to give this to my friend who has a son. That would probably be more, that would be more fitting there. We also have a bunch of Pokemon cards and buttons. There's some Demon Slayer buttons. Hi, Tekking. I run a D&D campaign, and I really like how Rustage implemented hockey. Can you explain the rules for it? I don't know the rules for it. I don't even know. And plus, William doesn't even use hockey, so I've never paid attention to the hockey rules in it. I've tried looking on the wiki, but it's vague. It's Kembusha. Yeah, I don't know. If Rustage wants to make a video explaining that, or he wants to explain it, that's... Because I literally don't know. Because William's never used hockey. I've never talked to Rustage before about William using hockey or how it would work. I genuinely don't know. Yeah. But thank you for the cards and the buttons and the coloring books. That's all in this one. Yeah, so from excuse me. In the future, whoever, I don't know who it is that's sending me this stuff because you don't give me a name, but in the future, what you do, because I think you're just like adding a bunch of stamps on it, and the stamps aren't enough, so just maybe talk to the postmaster, whoever it is, and they'll weigh it for you, and they'll like how much money it is and stuff like that, because I get these often. And then this one I think is just plushies. Yeah, you can homebrew hockey too. These are just little plushies. I think they sent me penguin plushies last time, so these are like a monkey and is this like an otter? No, I think they're just, I don't know what this is. Is this a squirrel? I'm not sure what animal this is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure this is a monkey, but I don't know what this is supposed to be. What is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be like a squirrel or like I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. Huh. But I have one. I'll put it right next to the bear. There you go. They're friends. There we go. There we go. There we go. They're all friends hanging out. It's an otter. Yeah, I'm thinking it's an otter. It looks very otter-like. Okay, so that's it for that one. And then this one. Otter! When are you going to Japan? I don't know. I hope at some point before my life is over. Okay, we got a little squishy ball. I remember these things, actually. I don't know. These weren't my favorite growing up. I like the ones that you could, like, stretch and bounce, but I remember owning these. Every kid growing up in the 90s had one of these. I don't know what you used them for, but we had them all. You know, we had a bunch of these. Okay. And then we have another monkey. We have a monkey here. And I don't know if there's anything in it. Oh, there's more buttons. Button. Who's got the button? More, I don't know her name because I don't really watch Demon Slayer, but the character, everybody lost their... that's Tenji, right? That's Tenji. Everybody in like 2 seconds is going to explode in the chat with like who that character is. Be like, oh my god, I can't believe you don't know. Oh, and a giant Pokemon coin with I don't know. I don't know that Pokemon actually. Who's that Pokemon? Nezuko. There you go. It's Nezuko, you uncultured swine. I'm sorry, guys. I don't... Tenji. Is it not Tenji? I don't know. Tanjiro. There we go. I don't... Guys, I don't watch or read Demon Slayer. I'm sorry, okay? Tenji. Oh, my God. You act like somebody that doesn't read or watch Demon Slayer. I'm like, you're right. I don't read or watch Demon Slayer. Sorry. All right, that's for that one. See, these ones go by pretty quick because there's not really a lot in there. I don't know if these are the same person. These are the same. Okay, these 2 letters are from the same person, but I don't think they're the same person that sent me those. Hold on. No, these are all from Jason because he always sends me stuff. And then might be the same person, though. That's an Inosuke moment. Sure. Tenji. I actually don't know who's this. This is somebody else. Hold on a moment. Let's see. This is... Oh, no. I think this is from... I think this one is from the same person that sent me all of this stuff. And then these letters here are all from a guy named Jason. All right. That is a different person. If you're lucky enough to be Irish, you're lucky enough. This was intended to probably be opened on St. Patrick's Day, which I was, it was a little while ago. I'm a little late on this. Oh, shit! Guys, we got coupons to Burger King! Woo! Okay, I could get a $17 family bundle. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, a $17 family bundle at Burger King. Look at that. Look at that. Look how many burgers that is. Look at that. Hold on. I'm gonna change the focus here. Hold on a second. Focus. All right. All right. Look at this shit. Look at this. Go over. All right. Okay. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. $17 family bundle. You get 3 Whopper sandwiches, 3 cheeseburgers, 3 medium fries. Fun for the whole family. Some dude walks in there by himself and he's just like, I'll take 1 family bundle for me. Guy just sits down and just devours the whole thing. Nom, nom. Yeah. Eat like Goku. Yeah, that I don't even know. Like what's the most food you've ever eaten in your life? Do you think, okay, better question. Do you think you could eat if you were going to be rewarded? If someone sat you down and said to you, you will get $5,000 if you can finish 4 Whoppers. You can't puke. You can't go to the bathroom in between. 4 Whoppers. All right. You think you could do it? I don't know if I'd be physically able to do it. I don't think I'd be able to do it. Maybe not even regular Whoppers. Maybe like double Whoppers, because I know they make like double and triple Whoppers and stuff. Only 4? I could. See, it's been a while since I had a Whopper, because I don't really care for Burger King all that much. Okay, better one. Okay, because I've definitely eaten at McDonald's more than I've eaten at Burger King in my life. I actually don't like Burger King all that much. So, okay, new idea, new strategy. $5,000, but you have to eat 5 double quarter pounders from McDonald's. Because I'll tell you what, like, just now, listen, I don't eat that much, okay? But a double quarter pounder from McDonald's, I could never finish in one setting. All right? That's a lot of burger, okay? That's a lot of burger, and I have never been able to finish a double quarter pounder in one setting. I've always, like, eaten, like, half of it and, like, oh, and then put it down and then, you know, eat it later. That's easy. That's still an easy 5K for me. I'm like, all right, shit. All right, fuck, well, let's put your money where your mouth is. $5,000. Let's do this. No, I'm not going to do that. But, you know, their French sticks slap, though. Oh, yeah, Burger King has really good chicken fries, French sticks, and onion rings. Their onion rings are amazing. But, like, I don't like Burger King's burgers. They had a thing back in the day. I don't even know if it's still on the menu. It was called the Double Stacker. And the sauce they used on that, they had like mustard and ketchup, but there was like another sauce they used on it. I can't remember what it was, but it tasted godly. So when they were selling the double stackers, I would go there often because Burger King was right. It was the nearest restaurant to where it was Subway and Burger King that were right next to Dollar Tree where I used to work. So if I was really hungry, I would run over to Burger King and grab like something. But yeah, the double stacker was good. The double stacker was great. You know what else I learned recently is I don't know if it was Burger King or Wendy's. I think it was Wendy's because I was having a conversation with my friend about this. And I was like, remember back when Wendy's served, they had their Baconator line, and they still have their Baconator line. But when the Baconator line was first created, I remember going into Wendy's and seeing like signs that were like the double Baconator, triple Baconator, and if you're really dangerous, quadruple Baconator. I can't remember if it was the quadruple Baconator or if it was the quadruple stacker from Burger King. It was one of these places that had just an insane amount of meat. Okay, just like Invader Zim levels of meat, you know, and I was talking to my friend about this recently, and I was like, man, it's a good thing they took that off the menu. And my friend was like, oh, no, you could still order it. It's like a hidden menu item. It's like they're not going to advertise it, but if you go into like a Wendy's and ask for a quadruple Baconator, I mean, they can make you one, or like a quadruple stacker or whatever, right? Yeah. So fat USA moment. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you really don't need more of a, like, hold on, let me see if I can find a promotional image for that here. Let me see if I could find an image. Oh, by the way, thank you for the St. Patrick's Day card, person I don't know. You also just sent me a piece of paper. Just a piece of paper. I don't know if the piece of paper is supposed to be like a fish or something. I'm not really sure, but it's a piece of paper. So there you go. Okay. Thank you for the Burger King coupons. Are these expired? These expire in 4 days. These expire on May 7th. There is a Burger King not far from my house, so I guess I can go. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, we know it's Tanjiro. All right, I'm gonna time you out because you were probably just a little bit behind, so I'll just put you in timeout for right now. But yeah, that's a lot of spam. That's a lot of spam. All right, hold on. Let me a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. I think it was Burger King. Now that I'm thinking about it, Burger King stacker menu. Like I'll put in like early 2000s or like mid 2000s. History canceled. Yeah. Like, oh, they're bringing them back. Okay, because this is like a more modern one. Because I guess they're bringing the stackers back, but they started back in like 2007, 8, 9. I want to say something like that. I was in high school when these first came out. BK stackers, double, single, triple. See, no. Back when I was growing up, it was double, because you can't be a stacker if you only have one patty. All right. So back when I was growing up, when I was in high school, it was the double stacker, the triple stacker, and then the quadruple stacker. There was definitely a quadruple. I remember that. I don't know if there was a quadruple Baconator, but there was definitely a quadruple stacker. The quad stacker. Man. Tekking straight up getting me hungry. Yeah. USA at its finest. Yeah. I have not made anything out of the One Piece cookbook yet, and I'm disappointed in that, but I will get to it at some point. Did you know there was I saw a thing today. Did you know there's an island? There's actually a chain of islands, but there's an island off the coast of New Zealand that's literally just called Disappointment Island. It's just, look it up. It's Disappointment Island. Like, aw. Oh, yeah. Cookbook stream. Maybe someday. I imagine if you go into a Burger King and ask them to make you a quad stacker, they would probably still do it if you paid them. You just have to sign a waiver, and it's like, Burger King, is it not fault if you die of a heart attack right in the middle of when you're having this meal? Will you stream or record your D&D campaign? My D&D campaign, I'm not running it right now. We're actually doing another stream. We're doing another campaign with my friend right now. It's actually more Pokemon themed, so that's interesting. We're doing that right now. We switch back and forth all the time. We do somebody's campaign for a couple of weeks, and then we'll switch back to somebody else's. Disappointment Island is actually quite beautiful. Yeah, it actually is. Yeah. It was, I think, called Disappointment because they were looking for, like, natural resources on it, and they didn't find anything, and they were like, oh. It's a bird sanctuary, I think. So it's probably not that disappointing to the burbs. All right, we got a bunch of letters here from Jason. Jason. A lot of thick letters from Jason here. Jason's always somebody that just sends me a lot of artwork. So let's see here. Lots of birds. Okay. Like these ones are, yeah. I'm not sure which order these arrived in. This is, he dated them. Okay, so this is March 6th. This one is January 31st. It's been a while since I opened these. And this one is just a bunch of, this is like printed out like manga panels and stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's just straight up porn. That's just straight up hentai. Just, okay. So, okay. I don't know if there's a letter in here. I think this is just him printing out a bunch of, like, stuff off the internet. So, like, he printed out the scene when Luffy went gear 5th, you know, like that scene. And, yeah, this is just, that is just hentai. That is just porn. Please do not send me printed out porn. Like, okay, so here's the Straw Hats, you know. Base Jason, show it. Show the porn. It's a Kiza from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. There you go. This is just a random comic. Yeah, I'm just gonna set the rest down here. I'm just gonna set that down here. Yeah. So that was that. Thank you for that, Jason. Please don't send me porn again. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Isn't there laws against sending people porn? I imagine there should be. This letter was made when you tweeted for your dentist, and I mentioned this because I went to the dentist 3 times this month. Anyway, I'm that guy that wrote Doflamingo thing about being in the top 5. Oh, okay. I wrote that because I wanted to. Also, you wanted to see a battle of Jinbei and Chopper versus Lucci. You mentioned that before, but we still got a Luffy versus Lucci fight. I wish it was a Chopper and Jinbei fight. I want to see, like, a lot of the Straw Hats, and I think Oda's doing this. Oda is taking the Straw Hats that are not, you know, like they haven't like had a fight together, and they're using them like Robin and Brooke fought together at Wano. So I would like to see Usopp and Robin actually team up for a battle. I think that would be really cool. Like you can use, like, you know, Robin can use her eyes to like scout, and then Usopp can like fire. Like that'd be a really cool idea. Yeah. Let's see. Novocaine is really painful. So, you know what's actually funny? It's not Novocaine. For the longest time, because, like, my parents told me it was Novocaine growing up, and just like, oh, yeah, Novocaine. That's the stuff a dentist gives you. So I have a friend that's actually a dentist, like a legitimate dentist. Like, she is a doctor. And I was at her and her fiance's place a couple weeks ago. We were playing some board games, and I mentioned Novocaine, and she's like, they haven't used Novocaine since like the 50s. And I'm like, well, what is it then? And she gave it like another name. I can't remember what it's called, like some other version of like, hold on, what, I could look it up right now. But it's not called Novocaine, and I didn't know that. I'm like, holy shit, I thought it was Novocaine. I'm like, no, they haven't used Novocaine since like the 60s. And I'm like, all right, what do dentists use instead of Novocaine? They use Atropine. Atropine, a safe, viable alternative to Novocaine. Lidocaine. You know, Atropine and Lidocaine. That's what they use. That's what they use. Take my name, take my name, take my name, take my name. All right, so you're just going to start spamming now. So I gave you a timeout, and you're still spamming. So bye. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. You don't spam. That's the one rule. I don't have a lot of rules, but that's the rule. But yeah, Lidocaine is, it sounds like a Pokemon. Novocaine evolves into Lidocaine, evolves into Atropine. All right. All right then. Let's see. By the pictures, I found a print to size app and was always amazing. You can make pictures any size you want as long as the picture fits. That is fantastic, Jason, that you figured that out, but please do not send me, like, just don't send me random shit like that, please. Like the porn and crap. Please don't. As I stated, no regrets. Yeah, well, you know, if I would have accidentally opened that up and I'm on camera and porn, that's not good for the channel, so don't do that, please. I don't know his name, but it's like, yeah. All right. I found these photos on a comment section where you read manga online. I don't know if you still don't know what Robin is dressed in Chapter 1028, but she's dressed as a character called... Chapter 1028. Isn't that the chapter where Robin uses Demonio? Yeah, let's not get Tekking banned here. Let's not do that. Let's see. Oh, talking about My Hero Academia. I think, I'm upset that Midnight died and Mount Lady is still alive. I love Midnight more than Mount Lady. You know, I agree. If I had to pick between Mount Lady or Midnight to die, I would definitely go with Mount Lady. Like, Mount Lady I've never really cared for in My Hero Academia. I've loved Midnight way more. Yeah. And that's cool. He drew a little Jolly Roger of a straw hat there. That's neat. And I think there's one more letter and some drawings. I have to kind of vet through these first. This one is just... This looks like it got cut off at some point. It is Luffy, or maybe Ace. Or maybe Luffy with Ace's logo, but yeah. Let's put that over there. Why can't we have both? Because somebody had to die. Let's see. I'm wondering if you still have Netflix, because you mentioned Beastars and Record of Ragnarok, but have you seen Little Witch Academia or High Rise Invasion? No. I rarely watch Netflix. I watch Vinland Saga on Netflix, and I watched, like, one episode of Beastars. Hashtag not a furry. Cyberpunk, I hear, is good. I watched a little bit of Devilman Crybaby. Seven Deadly Sins I watched a little bit of. I think the first 2 seasons of Seven Deadly Sins I watched. And he just like listing a bunch of anime, some of which I've really never even heard of. Yeah. Castlevania 2. Yeah, Castlevania when Nocturne comes out. Like, I don't really, yeah, I watch Vinland Saga. That comes out every Monday. I think that's the only thing on Netflix I'm really watching right now. Oshinoko. Everybody's losing it over Oshinoko. And my friends are like, you need to watch Oshinoko. And I'm like, you know, like I said before, like, whenever I get recommendations for anime, you have to understand I have been getting mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains of recommendations for pretty much every anime that's ever existed for like the last 10 years, ever since I've been doing YouTube. So after a while, and it's kind of sad that this happens, but after a while, it just becomes like, Tekking, you should watch. Tekking, you really need to check out. Because it's just like, I hear it all the time. I mean, like, I can't open up YouTube without seeing a comment of somebody recommending me something, you know? And it's just, after you dealt with it for like 10 years, over 10 years on YouTube now. Now, if it's like, it is kind of numbing, yeah, because I get, now if it's like a close friend of mine, like somebody that I talk to every day or like often, and they're like, hey, you really need to check this out. It'd be like, okay, I because these are people that I actually know and hang out with often. It'd be like, all right, I'll check out an episode or two. You know what I mean? But after a while online, it just becomes background noise. You know, like, you should check out this list of things. And sometimes, and, you know, I'm not upset, but it's like people will sometimes be really excited and they want me to watch a lot of the stuff that they like. So they'll send me like, hey, Tekking, here's a list of 30 different stuff that I like. You should watch some of these. And it's just, guys, it's just white noise to me at a certain point. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, look at Berserk. People have been telling me to read Berserk for like ever since I pretty much started YouTube, and I'm just now getting around to it. It takes a while, man. Tekking, you should check out this really cool YouTuber. They make content similar to you. Their name is Tekking101. All right, so I have a fun little story about that. So, when I moved here, I moved to the bank. No, I didn't move to the bank, but I have a new bank. All right, I have like a different bank because I live in a different area. And I guess the people at my old bank told the people at my new bank that, like, oh, this is what I do for a living. Like, I'm a YouTuber and stuff. And they were really interested. And so they wanted me to go in and just explain to them, like, what I did for a living because they were just curious. And so I'm in the office talking to the one lady. And then the manager of the bank walks in and she's like, I want to listen to this. Just like, what do you do for a living? It's like, I'm a little bit of a novelty where I live because, like, I don't live in a big city or anything where, like, maybe being an influencer or having a YouTube channel is, like, more common. Like, if I lived in a bigger, like, I lived in, like, New York City or Miami or something, be like, you know, I'm sure there's a lot more famous, like, Instagram stars, influencers, TikTokers, YouTubers, stuff like that. But I live out in the middle of nowhere. So when I tell somebody what I do for a living, they are like, really? That's what you do? I'm like, yes. You know, like, yeah. So, does Tekking doesn't live with his mom anymore? No, I moved a while back. That was a couple story arcs ago, bro. But, I'm in this bank explaining what I do, and I show them my channel online. I show them my YouTube channel. And I'm, like, scrolling through my channel, and at the bottom of my channel, there's, like, my recommended list. Like, there's Rustage's channel, and there's Noble's channel, and Spooky's channel, and everybody's channel is there at the very bottom. And I go down to the thing, and the first one is my vlog channel. It's like, check out these other links, and it's Tekking101. And I remember the lady at the bank was looking at it like, they stole your avatar. And I'm like, who did? And like, right there, Tekking1001. I'm like, oh, that's also me. That's also, it's like, oh, okay, I have more than one channels. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. How old am I? I have just turned 30. I just turned 30. But yeah, these are just listings of, like, anime recommendations. Let's see. Talking about Power Rangers a little bit. The Disastrous Life of Psyche. I've never heard of that. Yeah. But, thank you. Thank you for the letters, Jason. But, yeah, if you can go easy on the porn from now on, that would be lovely. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for all that, except the porn. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's... Oh, no, we have a box. We got a box, too. Ugh. Hold on. All right. Tekking looks 20. Well, thank you. Let's see. I think that's everything I have. Yeah, that's all of it. Favorite Halloween movie? Trick or Treat is really good because it's more about, like, the Halloween kind of aesthetic, like, you know, jack-o'-lanterns are everywhere and it takes place on, like, a suburban neighborhood on Halloween nights. I mean, the classic Halloween, you can't go wrong with that. Yeah. Chill on the pork, Jason. Chill on the pork. Yeah. Let's see. Have you been to Europe? No, but I would love to visit Europe someday. Are you growing out your, I'm assuming, hair? Or mustache? No. Casey and Zach were visiting the other night, and Zach was like recommending, you need to just grow out a beard, man, because Zach has this very full, impressive beard and mustache, and I don't. And I thought about it, and I'm like, nah. I don't think I would enjoy that. I don't think I would enjoy the action of growing a beard. Like, it would take me a while, obviously. Like, Zach doesn't shave in like a day, and he already has a beard. But like for me, it'd be like if I didn't shave for a week. You would see results, but it would just be itchy, and I just wouldn't like it. No. Not a fan. All right, what's in the box? Oh, right. This is a person that sent me a bunch of these. I don't know if they're, like, religious texts or if they're novels, but they're, novels or books that are, Indian. And I think they're about, like, the Hindu, the deities and stuff, like Shiva and everybody, and, like, Vishnu, Kali. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they are, but there's, like, 4 of them, and I got all 4, so now I have these. Box Life! Yeah. Yeah, so they're these. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what these are. It just says Kavitha publication rendered in English, so it is in English. Like, is it like... Okay, oh, it's a timeless epic, okay. Kalki's Ponniyin Selvan into English is a humongous task by any standard. This classical historical novel runs into 2,400 plus pages and around a few hundred characters. Oh my god, and that explains that it's taken 6 years just to translate it. Oh, okay, cool. It's like an epic story from Hindu literature. That's cool. Alright, well, thank you. This was sent to me by nobody. Or rather, the name is not on the, Is there anything else in here? I don't see anything else in here. Okay, well, thank you. I actually have a lot of religious texts that fans send me. I have a lot. Fan of mine, I get a lot of, I've gotten a lot of Christian, like, apocalyptic kind of texts. You know, like what to do at the end of the world kind of stuff. Somebody sent me the Necronomicon once. Like a little book that has like the star, like the inverted star on it, like the Necronomicon. Somebody sent me the Quran. That was a few years ago, and a bunch of books, like supplemental books on understanding the Quran. I don't think anybody sent me a Bible, but I do have a Bible. I have a Bible that I bought at Dollar Tree, and I also have this big giant Bible that my great grandfather had. So yeah. I get a lot of religious texts every once in a while. I don't think this is religious, though. I mean, it's based off, like, it obviously stars, like, the gods of the Hindu pantheon, but it doesn't, it might just be, like, you know, like, stories in a similar vein to, like, you know, Greek mythology stories involving Zeus or whatever. I don't know if this is actually more of that or what, but I got these. Are there any good manga stores in Pittsburgh? I don't know, because I don't really go to Pittsburgh all that often. It's like a 2-hour drive from here. Pittsburgh I go to when I go to the anime convention. There's a lot of books at the anime convention at Tekko. But I actually haven't, I'm not super familiar with like just driving around Pittsburgh and just like, oh, here's a bookstore or a comic shop or whatever. It's a reference book. The giant Bible has more authority. Oh, it's huge. It's like this giant old Bible from like 1920 or something. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty old. Is it a black Bible? The old one is. Yeah, the old one is massive. Isn't the Necronomicon fake? Well, this one was not bound in human flesh and inked in blood. This one was printed on, like, pretty cheap paper. So I'm assuming it's not the real thing. I'm assuming it won't summon the Deadites to the world. No, seriously, though. Hold on. Let me go grab this Bible really quick. I want to show you this Bible. All right, this Bible is like, if you found this thing in a tomb somewhere, you'd be like, this thing is going to, like, I'll open this up and, like, ghosts are going to pop out of it. It's creepy, but it's awesome. Hold on a moment. Let me go grab that. Look at this thing. Look at that thing. It's huge. All right. Blows up pancakes with mind. Can you tell us anything about D&D Marines? I don't know anything about the plot of it because Rustage has not explained anything to us. But I know what character I'm going to play. I don't really want to talk too much about my character yet, though, because I kind of want that to be a reveal when we actually start playing it, you know? So this Bible was owned by my great-grandfather, a guy named John, 1938. Oh, look, there's a nice picture of FDR. That's how you know the Bible is from 1938, when there's a picture of President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, just hanging out in the Bible, you know? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yeah. R.I.P. Super Chats. Calm down, I'll get to the Super Chats. I'm reading the Bible. Do you people not have any respect for the Bible? Wow, there's a lot of extra supplemental stuff in here. All right. Tekking101 reads the Bible. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Genesis, chapter 1. We just cut to 7 hours later. It's like, and Seson begot Olai, and the sons of Jada, and brother of Semai, and Jonathan, and Jether died without children, but Jonathan begot Phaleth and Ziza. These were the sons of Jeremiel. Oh, God. Have I ever read the Bible? I've read Genesis before, and I've read Exodus before. In the beginning, let's do this. All right. In the beginning, God created... This is, by the way, this is something that's always fun with the Bible for me, okay? I'll read this, and then we'll move on. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth, and the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved over the waters, and God said, light be made. Okay, so God creates light. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. The point is, God spends like 3 days making the earth and like 1 day creating everything else. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but that's the general premise. He spends like, let's see here. Where is it counted here? Okay, here we go. And the earth brought forth the green herb. Oh, the green herb. Oh my. And yieldeth seed according to the kind. So he's like creating the plant life on earth, and that was the 3rd day. And then, okay, here it is. And God said, let there be lights made in the firmament of heaven, to divide the day and the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years, to shine in the firmament of heaven and to give light upon the earth. And it was so done. And that's everything. That's those 2 lines, 14 and 15. That was all. That's creating everything else in existence. All the other stars, quasars, black holes, galaxies, everything else. Stop spoiling me! I'm not at that part yet! Okay. So, alright, so that's Tekking Reads the Bible. I'll have a, audiobook released soon. Okay, so, Super Chats. Let's do that. Super Chats. Read the scary ending. What is the last line of Revelations? Hold on a moment. Hold on. We're just... Okay, if you don't want to be spoiled for the end of the Bible, just turn this off. You're like, I don't want to be spoiled. All right. Ah. All right. That's like a directory at the end. Isn't Revelations, isn't that the last thing? Just the apocalypse. There's literally a section just called the apocalypse. Oh, like, all right, cool. Awesome. That's good to know. All right. He that giveth testimony of these things saith, surely I can come quickly. Amen. Come, Lord Jesus. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen. There you go. That's the end of the Bible. There it is. Okay. Spoiler alert, God comes back with dragons and murders everyone. All right. We need a sequel. What was the other thing I said there needed to be a sequel to? Chess. Yeah. Chess. There needs to be a Chess 2. There needs to be a sequel to Chess, and there needs to be a sequel to the Bible. Dude, wouldn't that be wild, though? I mean, technically speaking, there's been a lot of sequels to the Bible, but wouldn't it be funny if they just came out and be like, all right, guys, we're releasing the greatest, the best-selling book in history is getting a best-selling sequel in history. They would advertise that all over the world. Like, it's like, the Bible's getting a sequel. Like, oh my God, Bible sequel, woo! They're advertising it. They're going on talk shows and things. Like it's just become completely corporatized, like Christmas. There's a dude that walks out dressed like Jesus on the Late Show or whatever, and he's just like, I've decided to write the Bible too because, it's time for a sequel, Yeah, I mean, the Bible's already it's a compilation of an anthology. It's an anthology basically, yeah. Yeah, Chess 2. You can sacrifice your pieces and take your own pieces. Yeah, so it's like an updated DLC for Chess. All right, super chats. Fresh Leaf sent me a super sticker, so thank you. That was nice. What if Luffy and Ace became Marines? I made a what if video about that actually. They would have probably risen to, if they were really serious about it, they probably would have risen to be at least captains pretty quickly. And then maybe after that, rear admiral, a vice admiral. Like Luffy would, like if Luffy was a Marine, like you could also question whether or not he would have still eaten the Gumu Gumu no Mi. But even if he didn't eat the Gumu Gumu no Mi and he was just focusing on hockey alone, Luffy would easily be probably at least a rear admiral or vice admiral at this point. I mean, he's crazy powerful, you know what I mean? Thoughts on KFC? I actually have not eaten at KFC in a while. KFC, there is a KFC, it's part of like the main drag of where I like usually shop at. Like there's the main road through town that has all the businesses and stuff, and there's a KFC right there. I was actually, it's funny you say that. I was at the intersection yesterday, and I was waiting at a stoplight, and the KFC's right there, right across the street, and I kind of thought to myself, like, wow, it's been a while since I had KFC. But I just don't know. KFC, I eat. Like if my family's getting together for something, like if there's a lot of people, I usually don't just get KFC just for myself to bring it back and just eat KFC. Ironically, the last time I had KFC, the last 2 times I had KFC was when my grandparents died. Because I remember when my grandmother passed away, I was with my mom at her place. I was still living with my mom when my grandmother died. And, she was like really upset and everything, and we had not eaten like all day because of that. And I needed just something to do, so I'm like, hey, do you want to, what do you want for dinner? And my mom's like, I don't know. And I'm like, how about KFC? And she's like, yeah, let's get KFC. And I remember I went and got KFC, and I remember they fucked up our order, and they didn't give us like half the stuff they were supposed to give us. Like they didn't give us any sauces, they didn't give us any biscuits. Like, yeah, I remember they really messed up that order, and it's just like, it was the worst day ever, because it was the day that my grandmother passed away. It was the day my mom's mom, like her mom died, and they just really messed up the order. I remember that. So then almost a year exactly later, my grandmother died on January 8th, and my grandfather died on January 11th the following year. 2021 is when my bubba died, and then 2022, last year, is when my grandfather died. It was almost a year exactly. It was very eerie. And so, same kind of thing. I'm living down here at this point. So, actually, I was the last one to see him because, well, my mom saw him earlier that day, and then it was really weird. I don't know we're getting into this conversation now, but I'll just tell you the story, whatever, because it involves KFC. My mom visited my grandfather for like a couple minutes, and then my grandfather was like, you should go home, you should leave. And my mom's like, okay, Dad, well, I'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back later. And my grandfather was like, all right. He was in a home, and he died like 20 minutes after that. He died like before my mom could even get home. He died. So I went over to the home to so I saw him dead because I was like I was living down in the same town where he was, so I was closer. So I went down and picked up like some personal stuff that we had in the room, like pictures and photo albums and stuff that we kept in the room for him. So I picked that stuff up, and then I went down my mom's place and I told her, hey, do you want me to pick up KFC on the way down? And she's like, yeah. And I got to KFC and I ordered the food, and I made very, very particular to make sure they got the order right this time. And then I brought it down, and then we all had KFC again. So it seems like I only eat KFC when somebody dies in my family. I don't know if that's a good thing for KFC or not, but that's the last time I had KFC. Bet you didn't think that, right? Simple question. Hey, thoughts on KFC? It's like, well, last time I had KFC was when both of my grandparents passed away. It's like, damn it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I guess we all have, I don't know, is that weird? Does anybody else have, like, a particular place that you only eat at under very specific circumstances? KFC came through, yeah. And actually, the second time we ordered the food, I think the lady was still the manager that we talked to earlier from the first time. And we told them, like, and I think they were very particular to make sure it was right the second time. Yeah, huzzah on the successful KFC run. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Will you eat KFC when Garp dies? You know what? I will. I will. When Garp dies, if Garp dies, because it's not set in stone yet. If Garp were to die in One Piece, I will eat KFC. Yeah, that will be my eulogy for Garp. Because I'm out of grandparents. I don't got any more grandparents, so yeah. You the man, thanks for checking out Solo and being a great person. Haven't checked out Berserk, but I heard a lot of good stuff. How much 1 out of 10? I don't even know how to... Like, I'll tell you this much about Berserk, and this is going to be a running theme. I'm probably going to say this a lot. I have never had a more emotional response to reading a manga than from reading Berserk. Like... If you think I'm just going to I'll just pick up Berserk and read it as a fun little read. No. Get ready for an emotional roller coaster that'll make you feel very disturbed and uncomfortable, because that's what this is. And it's certainly not a manga I would recommend for anybody, for just everybody. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, just pick up Berserk. Everybody should read it. I mean, like, if you're dealing with certain things in your life, you shouldn't read it. It might be rather triggering. Let's leave it at that. Does Usopp clap kid-in-law if he's prepared? Usopp can kill anybody with prep time. I made a whole video about this on April 1st. If Usopp prepares, he could beat anybody. He could beat Eneru. He could beat Lucci. He could beat Akainu. If he just creates the Sea Stone chainsaw, he can win. It can't be that bad. I mean, listen, if you've dealt with certain things in your life that are traumatizing to you, then reading Berserk might not be the best idea, if you catch my drift. Do you have the English 102 One Piece? Yes, I do. It's down there. One Punch Man, the new One Punch Man came out today. That was $25. Well, it's been out for a couple days, but I went up to the bookstore today. I got the new One Punch Man, I got My Hero, and I got the new series by Arakawa Sensei. So there you go. Look up T-Rex Burger from Wendy's. Oh, man, now we're just going back to all the... we're going back to all that now. T-Rex Burger. Oh, God. Yeah. Like, okay, the thing is with this, though, I feel like this is not even so much like... Okay, when you're selling something like this, this is a burger that is intended for publicity and publicity alone. All right, this is not something that anybody would eat unless, like, I'm going to make a YouTube video of me eating this. Like, I'm looking at, now, don't get me wrong, from that perspective, it's not a bad idea. You know, like I can see a video right here of a guy being like, you know, I'm going to take the T-Rex burger challenge. Like, that's what this is intended to be. This is not intended to be, like, a thing that you casually just walk in and order, like, oh, let me see here. You got the regular, you got the double, let's see, you got the chicken fries. Oh, T-Rex burger. Yeah, give me a number 4. Like, no, that's not what this is intended to be. This is intended to be, like, an eating challenge. Like, you know, you go to the steakhouse, and it's like, we got a 72-ounce steak that's only available by special request. It's the size of a boogie board. You know what I mean? That's what, you know, that's that. And you do the challenge, and you win, like, your face on the wall, and you get framed, and it's like you win free meals for a year or some bullshit like that. Like, that's what this is. That's what this probably is. Or it's meant to be like, you know, devour this burger on your YouTube channel or whatever like that, you know. I'm from that city that the 72-ounce steak is from. Yeah, you think I was fucking with you with that? No, I'm not. Yeah. Only the top has actual filling. Yeah, I mean, like, well, there's actual pictures of what it looks like. It doesn't look as bad. It doesn't look as tall as that in real life. Because you also got to remember, that's not even real cheese or burgers. That's like styrofoam and like toothpicks that are holding this together. Have you ever watched those videos where they make the food for the posters or for the commercials? It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh no, this isn't really syrup. This is motor oil. It just looks like it. You know what I mean? What was something else? They use a lot of styrofoam and toothpicks. To make something look they use like if you're like a beer, if you want a beer to look really frothy, you don't actually use the froth from the beer, you use like dish detergent. You like mix dish detergent in it to make it more bubbly and frothy. Like, this is a foamy fucking beer. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's super cool. I mean, it really is interesting because you got to know how different things interact and, like, the consistency of this versus this. Like, this is the consistency of ketchup, but it's a lot more malleable. You can actually adjust it more. Like, you know, you can change it. It's illegal to use CGI for food commercials. That's probably honestly a good thing, though, because think of all the crazy shit they would be marketing if CGI was legal. You know, they use Elmer's glue for milk in commercials. Yeah, because it just looks easy. It's easier to film it, you know. Also, you got to remember, when they're filming things for commercials, the burger has to be lit with studio lighting because you're filming it in a closed studio, so it has to be lit. So if you have anything on that, if there's anything made of chocolate, if there's anything that's going to melt easily, you got to use something else because those studio lights are going to melt the shit out of it. If you were like, here's a new chocolate ice cream from Wendy's or from Dairy Queen or something, you know, if you film that normally, it's just going to melt into a puddle. So you got to use glue. I wouldn't be surprised if most ice cream and like vanilla ice cream in commercials is just glue because it has to be. But this is a more realistic version of the T-Rex burger. So let's do a comparison. So this is the version that it was taken on a picture in a studio that was properly angled and like perfectly uniform beef patties that are probably all made of cardboard and that are like lined up. There's toothpicks all through that thing. I fucking guarantee it. And using super glue to keep everything in tip-top shape. And then here is the real McCoy. Yeah, that's a little bit more believable there. Yeah. How hot are studio lights? I hear people complaining about them. So I use LEDs right now, but back when I was living at my parents' house and I was using like regular bulbs and I was filming in a room that had no insulation, it was very hot, I almost came close to passing out a few times in the summer. You know, go back and watch the video. Go back and watch the Bleach chapter 677. When the Bleach one-shot came out, I had to stop the video halfway through because I almost damn near passed out of heat exhaustion. I was sweating bullets. It was really bad. Now, granted, that room had really no ventilation, but also the fact that I had these hot-ass studio lights on me, it was not fun. It was not fun. I have these LEDs now, which are way easier, and also this room is always chilled. Like in the summer, it's usually in the 60s, and in the winter, it can be into the high 50s. It can get really cold down here, but I would prefer my studio, to be more cold than hot, because if it's too cold, I can just put on a hoodie. I can just, I can put on a hoodie. I can put on this little space heater next to me. It's about 67 down here right now, which is, I'm probably just going to turn that off right now. I'm like, this is like a perfectly comfortable temperature right now. But when I came down here this morning, it was like 60 degrees. It was kind of chilly. Yeah. You still have the burgers on screen. Yeah, I wanted to really sink in that this was a real thing that existed. Yeah. Have you already made your One Piece D&D Marines character? So I have most of it kind of set up, most of his character. It is a guy. I'm playing a guy. Tekking is not going to be playing a Rule 63. It's like, all right, here's my idea for One Piece Marines. All right, here's the deal. She's wicked hot. She has huge boobs. Her hair is like hot pink. I'm basically playing Hina. I'm just playing Hina, but with bigger boobs. That's my One Piece Marine character. Hina, but with bigger boobs. There it is. There's the character. But no, it's a guy who is a Marine, as the indicated. I don't really know if I want to reveal anything else about him, because if I reveal anything else, you guys are gonna even if I reveal like what he did before becoming a Marine, people are gonna probably connect the dots of what I'm going with here. Yeah, I can tell you he's gonna be human. I think that the other characters, I think there's 2 other people. I think it might be Spooky and Briggs. They are going to be playing separate species. So I don't know which, but they might, mink, fishman, merfolk, long leg, long arm, snake neck maybe. I don't know. They did not say, but I think so. I think we're going to have 2 humans. I think me and Noble are going to play humans. And then I think the other 2 are going to play a different species. I don't know if it is or not. I know it's 2 humans and then 2 others. So yeah. Baker, no, he's not a baker. I can at least tell you he's not a baker, okay? No, because that would be too simple. That would be too, and I've also run 2022 was the year of the baker, ladies and gentlemen. This is something completely different. Yes, he's going to be different from William. He will be different from William. I'm not going to play the same damn character twice. And also, William's not dead. William is still around. I have a epilogue chapter. So I was going to do this during the episode, but I did something else in the episode. I didn't write, but I have like an idea for a epilogue chapter with William and Doxy and Trevor that takes place about 3 years after One Piece D&D. One Piece Marines is going to be taking place 10 years after One Piece D&D ended. So there's going to be a 10-year time jump. So I have an extra epilogue chapter. I'm going to film it and put it on the vlog channel. I don't know when it'll be out. But it's a... Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I could just tell it right now. I could say it. I could tell the story now. And then I could clip this, and I could put this up on the vlog channel. I could do it, and then I could get your immediate response to it too. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah. Will it have actual One Piece characters? That's up to Rustage. He's the DM. I have no idea. What is hot for you? My ideal temperature, because Casey and Zach were over here a couple of days ago, and they said I keep my house too warm. I keep it at like 70. I keep my house at like 70, and I'm comfortable with that. Sometimes a little like 71, 72. Any warmer than 73, that's when it starts getting kind of like a little bit unbearably hot. And in terms of cold, I'd say any lower than like 68. So I like to keep it at a nice, like, 69 to, like, 72 is, like, my preferred temperature that I feel the most comfortable at. That is hot. Damn. I don't know. I'm tiny. That might have something to do with it. I'm only 5'5". I'm a skinny guy. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah. 70 degrees Celsius? That is hot. 70 degrees Celsius. So this would be, hold on. Just to convert everything over. So 70 degrees Fahrenheit is about 21 degrees Celsius. So I keep my house about 21 degrees Celsius. That's 21, maybe to 22. That's where I usually keep it relatively. Do the epilogue. Do the epilogue here. All right. Well, if I'm going to do the epilogue, hold on a moment. Let me kind of set the stage a little bit here. I'm going to clean out all this fan mail. I'm going to make this, I'll clip this and I'll make this into a video. That's what I'll do. Put that over there for right now. Move this giant Bible out of the way. This stuff. Let's see here. Thanks to everybody for your mail. 21 is fine. Yeah. Tekking, there's now what? 5'5", you look 6 foot. See, that's the thing I never understood about people when they say, like, you look like you're 6 foot. How can you tell someone's height in a YouTube video? Like, it's pretty much impossible to tell someone's height in a YouTube video unless I'm standing, like, you could see my full body standing perfectly straight up next to, like, a ruler or, like, a, you know, like a yardstick or something. Like, that's the only way that you can really tell. In fact, I think I have a yardstick over in the corner. Maybe I can just grab that really quick. You look like you're 165 centimeters. I don't know centimeters. I'm like 5'5", 5'5.5", maybe 5'6". You have a low ceiling. Do I have a low ceiling, though? Maybe this house was just designed for shorter people. I don't know. All right. These over here. Cody! I will take off the Schwabity hoodie because now I'm actually starting to get kind of warm in here with the heater on and everything. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, this is a yardstick. This is 3 feet. All right, this is 36 inches. This is 3 feet. You can do whatever metric you wanna do here. Okay. Okay, so that's 3 feet right about there. So like, all right, so that's like 3 feet. Hold on, what's 36 minus 8? That's 20. 28, right? Yeah. So I'm about 3 feet 28 inches. So that's 5 foot. Yeah, that's about right. That's 5'1", 5'2", 5'5", 5'4". I'm shorter now. I'm shorter basically. Great. There it is. Ah, yes, the dwarves lived here. The Keebler elves lived here before me. Yeah. Let me adjust the lighting if I'm gonna do the One Piece. If I'm gonna do the epilogue, I gotta do, yeah. Let me adjust the lighting here. Okay. All right. I got my pirate hat. I got my pirate hat, matey. All right. Let's get Barry over here. This is like the setup for when I'm doing a video. I got to be like, okay, how am I going to set up this video? How am I going to put everything where it needs to go and all that? Barry, as you could tell, Barry is still very sad over the loss of Admiral T-Bone. Casually throws the measuring stick. Yeah. epilogue. William, where did Tekking go? I don't know. Stop the tear from falling. It will destroy the world. Barry, so sad. Tekking, please say Wang Ji. I gotta be careful with the Wang Jis. I don't want to get laryngitis. I don't want to blow out my throat again. And then I don't have my voice for like three days. Barry is so photogenic. He is. He is. Okay. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? This will be William Tekking. I don't know. This is going to be the epilogue chapter for William for One Piece D&D. If you haven't seen the finale of One Piece D&D, I would highly suggest you go check it out. If you haven't been caught up to One Piece D&D, I would highly suggest you go get caught up over on Rustage's second channel, where every episode is. And then the last episode, episode 70 and 71, was like this big, spectacular. Episode 70 was like 2 hours, and episode 71, the last episode, was like 4 hours long. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. But the conclusion happened. It's over. We're going to be doing One Piece D&D Marines in about a month. I think we're going to start that in June. I have my character working out on that right now, pretty much done there. So I'm going to talk about that when we get there. But for right now, at the end of One Piece D&D, we sort of had a moment where we were going into like epilogues for each of the characters. And it was pretty much just like very tearful and very like, it was like, oh, we're going to miss everybody, and the crew kind of goes their separate ways. I have another epilogue, like another chapter that takes place a couple of years later that I instead decided I'm just going to make a video for rather than doing it during the stream. So that's what this is. Let's see. It's only like 144 hours worth of content. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's only 144 hours of content. How does he feel us watching? I'm here to get the immediate reaction. That's why this is here, right? Okay. So this takes place 3 years later, after the events of the final episode. I'm going to have to... I don't think I have to spoil anything in the final episode, so I won't. It's just like, go watch the final episode if you haven't seen the final episode, okay? Final episode happens. I guess the most notable thing is, yeah, the Devil's Luck Pirates do kind of separate and go their separate ways. That I have to kind of do that, okay? So I think William was 29 by the end of One Piece D&D. I think he started like he was 28 years old, and then I think he did it like the events of One Piece D&D. I mean, that has to be at least a year. I feel like pretty close. So I feel like William was 29 at the end of One Piece D&D, and so now 3 years later, so he's like 32 or something like that. Okay. Now, I only have like a brief outline of this in my head of like what it was. I did not write this down or anything because that's not how I do things. I don't script anything, okay? So this is the epilogue chapter, okay? It's late at night. We open up with Marine HQ, okay? This is old school Marine HQ located in Paradise. This is Marineford, okay? And it's late at night, and then you see just a bunch of like searchlights turn on and a siren going off. Okay, just like shit's going on, okay. And then you just see a bunch of Marines running through the hallways, and they're he's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? We got the report. Somebody broke into the vault. Somebody broke in. We gotta go. Like, B squad, move. A squad, Alpha squad, whatever. I don't know, Marines, okay, whatever. They're moving. So somebody apparently has broken in to Marine HQ. People are running through the fucking hallways. Marines everywhere. You see a cloaked figure. All right, you see a figure wearing a cloak that's shrouded in silhouette, and you know, they are running through the hallways very fast, and they're holding a silvered briefcase that looks to be of some import, okay? And so there's like a scene where, you know, this person like is running through the hallways, and there's like people all around, and there's sirens and alarms and shit going off, and like all that kind of crap, right? Then there's a scene where the person like sees Marines rushing, and so they duck in between an alleyway, like between a pipe, or like they hide in the rafters, and the Marines like run by, and they're like, they can't find anybody, they're running by and whatever, and the person ends, and like this person is moving like the wind, man, like super swift, like, you know, ducking in and out of hallways, jumping up in the rafters, hiding in little like hiding behind trash cans or whatever, just like just maneuvering through this building in a way that's just like, you know, like perfect, okay? And so, yeah. And so rushing through the whole thing, and then there's this one room that they go into, right? And the room is empty, all right? And it overlooks like a courtyard, okay? And so the person goes over to the window and kind of looks out into the courtyard. It doesn't see anybody in the courtyard, and they're like, okay. And so they jump out of the window, and they just elegantly float down, and they land in the courtyard, and they're about to, like it's quiet for a moment. It's quiet. It's silent. Like, there's nobody in this courtyard. It's not like a major courtyard. It's not like this big, it's not like a big giant courtyard or anything like that, but it is outside. And so the person is just like, okay, got to try to figure out some way to get out of here and just start moving. And then all of a sudden, boom, bunch of searchlights just illuminate the entire courtyard, and the person is there, and a bunch of like Marine vice admirals, like we're talking like Marine vice admirals, like Momonga is there, Stainless is there, Cancer is there, all in their younger years, of course. And well, I guess in that sense they wouldn't be vice admirals. Yeah, okay. Scratch that. Vice admirals during the time period, because this would have been like almost 20 years ago. This was like 17 years before the start of One Piece, okay? So yeah, I guess whatever. Garp is not there. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know who's there? Kuzan is there. Yes. Kuzan. Vice Admiral Kuzan is there. Vice Admiral Borsalino is there. They are there. Garp is not, but they are all there, okay? And so, yeah, you know what? Sure, Sakazuki's there as well. So there is like a group of probably like I want to say 7 or 8 vice admirals, and a bunch of Marine soldiers are there as well. And they're all kind of standing in this courtyard, kind of like they expected this person to be there. And not like to surprise why, but probably like through observation or hockey or whatever. Just like, they were planning for this. Like they were there for a reason. Like they knew this person was going to get there. Okay, and so we have somebody walk out with like Vice Admiral walk out with a sword, and they just kind of like whip their sword really fast, and like the wind just blasts through the fucking courtyard, and the cloak of the mysterious individual falls away, and it's revealed to be Doxy. Yes, okay, so it's revealed to be Doxy there. She's 3 years older than she was at the end of One Piece D&D, so she's a little bit taller. But it is Doxy wearing this really cool cloak, and she has this briefcase, and she kind of has this like worried expression on her face, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen here? This isn't good. And so the vice admirals are looking at her, and they're just like, you seem to be like a child, but we can't, you broke into Marine HQ. I don't know what your reason for that is, but we got to take that away from you. Borsalino especially would probably say something along the lines of like, yeah, I mean, ordinarily we wouldn't want to murder a child, but you know what it is, it just has to go, you know what I mean? And so he charges up his light fruit, and it really looks like Doxy has like dead to rights here. Like Doxy is about to be just completely eviscerated from like, she's about to be shot with like a light beam and about to be frozen solid and about to be burned alive, and like all the other vice admirals have like swords and shit. And then, however, one of the vice admirals though steps out from the crowd though, and before they really attack her, okay, and this vice admiral is revealed to be Trevor. Okay, so Trevor walks out, and he has, his hat and his beard, and he's wearing the very fancy clothing, and he's wearing the cloak and everything. He has a sword and all that. He's got a new sword after 3 years. He found another like Owazamono grade sword that's like really like it's like the next level sword or whatever. And so he walks out, and he's like, "No, I'm on duty tonight. I was the one. I should have been the one to take her down. I will be the one to defeat this thief right here and now." And so he pulls out his mighty sword, and some of the vice admirals are just like, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to. Like, can we like Kuzan, I can just freeze her right here and take care of it, man. Don't worry about it. It's like, no, this isn't your fight. This is mine. Let me take care of it. Okay. And so Trevor just charges full speed, like straight at Doxy. Boom! And she pulls out like a big fucking knife. She finally got her big fucking knife. She pulls out her big knife, and then boom! And just a big giant clash, like right in the middle of the courtyard, right? And their battle is just going, and it's like eventually that's like super acrobatic. I'm not going to go into every little detail of the fight, but it's like super acrobatic, like choo 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 choo. And then Doxy is like ha 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 ha, and he's like, but she's being pushed back, and there's even a moment where Trevor slices her face and cuts up her arm, and and Doxy is just clearly outmatched here. And then there's a moment where they're like walking up on the walls like vertically, like they're standing like at a 90-degree angle on the walls of the courtyard, and they're fighting. And the other admirals are just kind of staying back and just kind of observing.
Okay. And so then they're kind of up on a wall on like the battlements, like overlooking like the town of Marineford. Like they're on top of like the hill. So like the town of Marineford is below them, and then there's the ocean, and they're kind of like dueling on this like plateau or whatever. And then Trevor rears back his sword, and it looks like this is going to be the finishing blow. Like this is going to be the one, right? And so he brings down his blade on this battlement, and there's just this huge eruption of like, debris. Like he hits the battlement so damn hard. It like, boom, like giant explosion, dust everywhere. Dust kind of fills the courtyard or whatever. And, the vice admirals are there, and some of them are just like, oh, yes, it's over. Yes, that's how it goes. Vice Admiral Trevor, you have defeated the enemy, whatever, not a big deal. They were able to get a little squirrely on us, get by us and everything. But, they managed to, they managed to kill him. It's not a big deal. So at this point, though, you have on the down in the town, below the dust cloud, you have the two shadowy figures emerge from the cloud, which is Trevor and Doxy. They're escaping, the Marineford. They are now in the town, and they're kind of like hopping around on the building, the roofs of like the buildings where like the civilians live and stuff. And it was like, and they're just having a conversation now. They're no longer fighting. And Doxy's like, "Oi, what the hell? Did you have to like slice my fucking face open?" And he's like, I had to make it look believable. They're not going to believe it. He's like, I will fence you now. It's like, oh, come on, though. Like, damn it. Like, this stings. It's like, don't worry about it. We'll fix you up. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. It's like, couldn't you let me get one fucking stab in? I'm like, well, no. I'm the vice admiral. I'm not going to get fucking stabbed. That would just look completely stupid, okay? And so at this point, it's revealed that Trevor is actually not, in fact, Trevor. Trevor is William. Trevor is William, and I clearly have just like, I grew out a mustache. Like it's impeccable. It's like exact, okay? Like I got the hair down, I got the mustache down, and everything like that. I broke into Trevor's like storeroom or his closet, and I stole his outfit and everything like that. So yeah, I'm just playing Trevor, right? And so we both get down to a rendezvous point at like kind of like this shoreline. We escape to the beach. And it's like, now listen, that might have fooled some of the weaker Marines. Like they don't know what's, up from down, honestly. That's not going to fool those vice admirals for very long, okay? Because they have like observation and shit. That's probably how they figured out you were even there. And it's like, no, they figured out I was there because you didn't tell me there was an extra security. No. It doesn't matter about that, all right? Let's just get out of here before they figure out what's going on, okay? So we get down to this like rendezvous point, this little cove down by the pier or whatever, and Boss is there, and Boss is waiting with this really cool, fancy like ship. It's kind of like the Striker that Ace used. It's kind of like that, and it's just so we hop in, and it's just like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here, and then we just gun it, and we just get moving. All right, we just like go off there, and Boss is there and everything like that. Boss is like patching Doxy up as William is like driving this fucking awesome speedboat out of Marineford or whatever. And so Boss is like, really, you had to like, Jesus, he like, man, I don't even know if some of these are gonna heal. You think you pretty much gave her a scar? I'm like, great, got a fucking scar on my face now. It's like, cool, scars are cool. You can't be a cool badass rebel without having scars, like that's just how it is, right? So they're on the boat, they're driving the boat around, and we now cut away a couple hours later as the boat is arriving toward a ship that's anchored in the water, okay? And it's a very shadowy, ominous ship, like, ooh, okay? And it's like docked in the middle of nowhere on a moonless night, okay? And so we kind of like approach, and we just kind of like move up to it. What the hell is he talking about? Follow it. It's an epilogue. It's an epilogue. Yeah, all right. So we get to the ship, and we have this like, all right, do you have the stuff? Please tell me you didn't drop that briefcase while I was fighting you. It's like, no, I have it. It's right here. It's like, are you sure we want to do this, though? Is this the right thing to do? And I'm just like, well, I think it is. Rather, I feel like this is the right thing to do right about now. You know what I mean? Like, Doxy, come on, you know me. I'm not one for thinking ahead of the game and stuff like that, planning ahead, but I think for right now, this is the way to do it, okay? And so she's like, okay, I guess, whatever. I mean, yeah, we're here, okay? And it's like, and Boss is there, and he's just like, hey, this is what he wanted to do, right? So we board the ship, and there's nobody on it at first. Like, nobody's there to greet us or anything. We just kind of board the ship. We just kind of jump on the ship because we're like super agile. We can all just kind of like jump on the ship at this point, right? So we're there, and I don't know. I like I said, I didn't write any of this down. I'm assuming there's like some kind of code word or something. I don't know, like the pig is in the poke or like something like that. I don't know. It's like the bird flies at midnight or some shit like that. I don't know. And then out of nowhere, a person appears on the ship. There's like, they seem like to jump out of nowhere and land with a ginormous head and a huge blue afro. And they're just like, hee-haw! You made it! And I'm just like, yeah, we did. Nice to, yeah. It's like, there it is. And it's like, so we got the stuff. Hopefully now you understand that we are the best of the best of the best. Hee-haw, I was afraid you guys were going to get murdered. Break into Marineford and steal these documents. I was just messing with you, honestly. I didn't think you'd be able to do it. I think you'd be dead by sunup. And so we were like, oh no, that's, you know, I have status, you know what I mean? I used to be the captain of the Devil's Luck Pirates, and Doxy helped. It's like, she did most of the work, didn't she? And Doxy and Boss are both just like, yes, she totally did. So they're like, yeah. And so, yes, this is Ivankov, and this was sort of like this was like, I don't know if they're joining the revolution straight out, but it was kind of like a job they were contracted to do by the Revolutionary Army. And William, of course, being William, was all about like, hey, I want to prove to you I'm badass. I could do pretty much anything. And Ivankov kind of threw it out there as like a joke, like, oh, well, just break into Marineford then and steal this document in this level or whatever. And like, okay, you think we can't do that? Fuck that. We could do that. I got a man on the inside. I could do that. And so we did that, and we succeeded, and we got it. And so the implication is now William and Doxy and Boss are getting involved with the Revolutionary Army. So that is the epilogue I had planned for, you know, William and Doxy and Boss. So this is like 3 years after the event. So this is 7 years still before the events of Marines. So William became a mercenary then. Yeah, kind of a mercenary at first for at least a little while. Like, and he taught Doxy how to use, like, Boss and William both kind of taught Doxy how to use 6 powers and stuff. So she can use like Geppo and Soru and stuff like that now. But I don't know. By the time One Piece Marines starts, William might very well just be a member of the Revolutionary Army. But this is where it kind of started, right? So, yeah. Yep. So there you go. There's the epilogue. And will William cameo in One Piece D&D? I have no idea. I mean, he's still alive. He's not dead. By the way, I have not told Rustage this, so this is, you know, I did not tell Rustage what William was going to be doing, so this is what he's doing. So there you go. So I feel like we haven't really involved the revolutionaries that much in One Piece D&D, and probably the reason for that was quite simple. It was probably because the revolution hadn't really been up and running at that point, but because we just found out recently that they were the freedom fighters before this. So I feel like this would have been, let's see, 22 years before the present story of One Piece. That's when One Piece D&D starts. It starts 20 years before Luffy leaves Fuchsia Village. So since it's 20 years before Fuchsia, that means it's 22 years factoring in the 2-year time skip, okay? So that would mean that this is now 17 years before the current story. Okay, so this is when this is occurring, and then One Piece D&D Marines will be 12 years before the current story. Yeah, I think, if I got the timelines right. And also the idea is that the reason why maybe the Marines did not immediately chase after William and Doxy is because I look just like Trevor. And so the idea was I'm trying to, like, they're immediately going to think Trevor was a traitor. So I'm kind of sticking Trevor on the on the blame there. But so they're going to be like, Trevor's going to, like, he's going to show up and they're like, what the hell were you doing? And it's like, what? You know, it's like, yeah. So don't worry, he'll figure out a way around that. He's a smart guy. He won't get murdered. He won't get, like, discharged or anything or executed. He'll be okay. How much time is left on the stream? I think I'm going to be ending it right about now. I think I'm going to take that little clip that I did and I'll put that on the vlog channel. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. All right. Well, thanks for watching. That was fun. Will you make a video about devil fruit combos? I should. I just don't know when. But yeah, that was a good stream. We didn't really talk about One Piece Chapter 1082 all that much, but we talked about everything else, and we did fan mail, so there we go. If you won a contest and you got the drawing from Oda, like, you know, yeah, the person that won the Knowledge King contest asked for Oda to draw Nami with the Goro Goro no Mi with Enaru's fruit, and he did. So I'm gonna say, who would I want drawn? Oh man, that's tough. Oh, man, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Like, if I had Oda, like, if Oda was basically like, you can have any drawing, I can draw any character. Like, I got to think about that. I don't know if I could just make that decision right now. I mean, that's a decision you'd have to sit on for a while to have something drawn directly by Oda, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm going to get going. Thanks to everybody for watching and all that good stuff. I don't know when that'll be up on the vlog channel, maybe today. I actually have to get some artwork from Keiru so I can make the thumbnail for that, that little epilogue. But I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck with everything that you do in your life. And stay tuned for One Piece D&D Marines. That'll be first week of June, tentatively. I don't know for certain. But yeah, you guys have a good one. This will be Tekking signing out. Eat your vegetables because they're good for you. Bye!